Greetings and welcome back to the QuantumUnity of CARALOT channel. My name is James T. Griffin, and in this portal, we're going to be exploring portals 7, 8, and 9 of the 30 portals of spiritual sovereignty. Before we do that, we're going to do a very quick recap of the previous 3 portals. Portal 4, as sovereign spirits from the spirit realm, we are all equal and interconnected. Portal 5, as sovereign spirits, we perceive the earth realm as a school and playground that we are only visiting, as our true home and origin is the spirit realm. And Portal 6, as sovereign spirits, we are a blend of feminine and masculine energies, regardless of which physical being we find ourselves inhabiting. So this takes us to Portal 7. As sovereign spirits, we all share and are connected to a collective consciousness originating from the spirit realm. So this is another perception of the one singular consciousness, and this is in the perception of the individual subjective perception of spiritual sovereignty. So as individual unique sovereign spirits, we all share and are connected to a collective consciousness originating from the spirit realm. So this collective consciousness is where all ideas come from. So us as sovereign spirits, we channel these ideas from the collective consciousness and we create them and materialize them down here in the earth realm. So there's a lot of evidence strongly pointing in the direction that there is this collective consciousness. And this collective consciousness works very parallel to that of wireless internet. So smartphones, computers, laptops can be connected to the wireless internet. So it's one wireless internet source and individual computers, tablets, smartphones can connect to it. Well, this collective consciousness originating from the spirit realm, we as sovereign spirits are all connected to this collective consciousness. The question is our connection weak or is it strong? So in the book and in the course Spiritual Sovereignty, A Path to Unity Consciousness, we explore this concept of the collective consciousness in greater detail, explore all the objective evidence and how we can create a stronger connection to this collective consciousness. Because when we do, the result is our creativity skyrockets. We have far more creative potential and energy than many realize. So as sovereign spirits, we want to expand and strengthen this connection to the collective consciousness, of which spiritual sovereignty, the QuantumUnity of CARALOT, will help us to do. So Portal 8, as sovereign spirits, we create our individual lives and co-create our communities working in alignment with natural law. So life doesn't happen to us. We are the creators of our life experience. And we create our individual lives and we co-create our communities working in alignment with natural law. So you might have heard the term natural law before. So what's it all about? Well, there's a 3-word summary which explains it, which is do no harm. Do no harm to oneself, do no harm to others, and do no harm to the earth realm. So many are waking up to natural law and realizing, you know what? Much of what's been happening over the past couple of 100 years-ish, humanity as a whole has been going against natural law, doing harm to others, doing harm to the earth realm and the environment. So us as sovereign spirits, we recognize that natural law is to work in harmony with energy, frequency, vibration, and the laws of nature. When we do that, we create harmony, cooperation, co-creation, and joy and happiness and gratitude. So as sovereign spirits, we create our individual lives and co-create our communities working in alignment with natural law. And by the way, there are 8-hour courses on natural law. Natural law is a very deep well, which I encourage you as an individual sovereign spirit to explore in your own time, to whatever degree you decide. But the bottom line, remember, natural law is do no harm, which means show love, kindness, respect to everyone to varying degrees. And this takes us to Portal 9. As sovereign spirits, we do not identify with our labels, our physical beings, ages, identities, names, genders, nationalities, etc., as those are only earth realm experiences and not who we truly are as sovereign spirits. So many identify with their labels. I am my name, I am my age, I am all the roles I play, I am my profession, I'm my religion, I'm my nationality. And every label that a sovereign spirit identifies with they create layers of separation with everyone else that does not identify with those exact same labels, and creates layers of separation with the one infinite spirit and divine creator of all that is. And many use labels as means of name calling, as means of creating separation. So there is a term that I coined when those are using labels to distract and create separation, and that is label baiting. So I recognize label baiting when it happens, and I often call it out. And I say, I know what you're doing. You're label baiting. You're using labels to create separation, to create excuses, and overall just to create a division in humanity. So I do not identify with any label other than sovereign spirit. The word soul can be parallel to sovereign spirit or sovereign soul, but I use sovereign spirit because we are doing spiritual sovereignty, so sovereign spirit. That's why I never say I am James. I say my name is James. My calendar age is 45, but I do not say I am 45. I do not say I am Canadian. I say my nationality is Canadian, but I'm not Canadian. And I'm sure this is starting to make more sense. So every label that a sovereign spirit identifies with creates layers of separation. So if we all identify as sovereign spirits and recognize that labels are not to be deleted, they're not to be identified with, and label baiting only creates identification with labels. So we're going to be exploring this in much greater detail in the book and in the course Spiritual Sovereignty, A Path to Unity Consciousness. So let's do a quick recap of Portals 7, 8, and 9. So Portal 7, as sovereign spirits, we all share and are connected to a collective consciousness originating from the spirit realm. Portal 8, as sovereign spirits, we create our individual lives and co-create our communities working in alignment with natural law. And Portal 9, as sovereign spirits, we do not identify with our labels, physical beings, ages, identities, names, genders, nationalities, etc., and all the other labels, as those are only earth realm experiences and not who we truly are as sovereign spirits. So this concludes this video. My name is James T. Griffin, and in the upcoming video, we're going to be exploring Portals 10, 11, and 12. So thanks for tuning into this video. Create yourself a beautiful day, and I'll see you at the next video.